see that there. We do need to click that button, contact us, and we'll make sure that all gets done right. But those solution sets do need to be in the set. So let me hold on here and see what Adam's doing. So apparently it was just his Zoom app, although we did at the same time lose several attendees. So that's very interesting now. I'm wondering if we had a Zoom event of some sort. But I will say that, you know, Adam and I live all day on Zoom pretty much, and I've been very impressed with their service during these times. Very minor little issues. This is the biggest thing we've encountered. I'm not sure what you guys are seeing as far as the online services. So we'll give Adam just a minute here, see where he's going to be able to go, and then not, I'll fill this in. We talked about several things today, and I do have a couple of items that I want to make sure you guys are aware of, or not aware of, but just talking points for everything that's going on right now.
Hey!
All right, there you go. All right.
Seriously, like Zoom nuked me.
Well, I was ready to go. So.
Yeah, I'm not claiming that anything fancy happened, but Zoom just literally gave me the finger.
All right. Well, it dropped our recording, but I restarted it, so you'll have to go on the back end and stitch those together for our posting. But
we'll see. We'll see how lazy.
I was kind of continuing your conversation there. If they don't see the HIT stuff out to the marketplace, they need to make sure they have the VCIO Excellence Program solution set. Is that correct?
Well, they'll have it, but because of limitations in the back-end tool, it may not automatically add to your account in your library. So you have to go into the solution set and click the download links.
Ah, okay.
And I was tabbing over to show people how to do that when Zoom. I've never seen Zoom do that. That was a new experience for me.
All right.
All right, here we go. Sorry, I'm opening everything back up here. So, and when you're in your account, just really quick before I get into the COVID stuff, go to solution sets. You can go to my solution sets, and then you can go to the excellence program. And you'll see here that there are a bunch of reports. There are a bunch of services. So you want to go in and grab the HIT ones, which will be added. For me, they're different because we are a vendor account, but you should be able to hit there's download links that'll be on this right side here. And you just click download and it'll add it to your account. Same thing with reports. You go into your reports and you have to manually add them if you have not added them already. I apologize for the inconvenience. I have to do it too. So it's just annoying. Someday we can all beg and plead that Danish adds this feature to automatically add things to your account. No one else comes out with service cards and reports as fast as we do on a regular basis. Usually you just buy and you got a whole set. With us, your stuff continually updates. So always be checking there. We hope to always publish an email saying, hey, by the way, go here and download things. I silently pushed all these out the other day because I know everybody's got a lot of noise with their email right now. And I don't want to overwhelm everyone. So just go there, check it out. These are the HIT things that we've been talking about for a while. These are turnkey. They're ready to go. The stack assessment is the only thing you have to customize to your own technology. But the strategic QBR, you can use it today. You can use the cybersecurity assessment. That is a NIST compliant cybersecurity assessment with a full workbook with it. That you can deliver a NIST cybersecurity assessment today. Now, if you want to do next level stuff, you're going to want to go talk to Caleb Christopher over at InfoSec and let him do like professional level audits. But a NIST cybersecurity audit will get your clients interested and allow you to do an extra offering. It at least covers that risk pillar to let people know, like, here's where you stand. And if we want to do a deep dive, then we hire a company like Caleb Christopher over at InfoSec. And then finally, you have the IT services assessment, which is a quick service assessment for your service desk. Skip, you want to talk a little bit more about that one?
Well, so yeah, we really, you guys have probably heard me talk about our 3 levels of service, and we really wanted to kind of unify that thought process a little bit to make sure that, if you guys are working on the stack level, we spend maybe 3-6 months a year working on this. At the end of that, we want everything, if you start on another area, we want all this to line up and connect for you. So we've tried to put some framework that's in a little bit bigger in scope, looking a little bit further down the calendar, so to speak. So the services is kind of provides our base there, and it's identifying the things. Hey, do you guys need help desk? Okay, we offer help desk. Are you guys okay with 8x5, or do you need 24-hour? And you'll have to customize that slightly a little bit. I mean, there's a few folks out there that don't deliver 24 hours, so that we'd need to take that section out. But there all the other steps are in there, and it's high level enough that it should fit all of your standard services. But we have the flexibility to tweak and customize that if need be to fit. But I think I've pretty much hit them all on there. The only thing I can think of is if somebody out there might have an additional service that I didn't cover. If that's you, let me know. I'd love to create that for you. But as far as the standard MSP offerings, I think they're all out there.
Okay. Yeah, and these are meant to be easy to use. So like right now, like one of the things I've been encouraging people with the COVID response is getting these 90-day assessments on your clients' calendars. We talked a lot about that last week. Scheduling a lessons learned in 90 days. So June, get something in June with your clients. You can use the strategic 1.0 QBR to have a shell of a conversation where it's like, hey, while we're at it, we did the COVID, and we did the report, and we did these other 4 reports to see where you're at. Right now, you can use a quick starter, talk to your clients, do the COVID report. If you don't know how to do that, get time with Skip or I. We'll walk you through how to do it, and then send that report to your big clients, your important clients that are really worried right now. They're looking for people who have confidence, and they're looking for people who have a plan. Everybody's trying to dissect the CARES Act. Everybody's trying to talk to their banks right now. I just talked to my banker this morning, and he's like, my phone won't stop ringing.
Yep.
Like, I can't stop. Like, people are giving me more messages than I can handle. And he said, I've gotten to the point where I won't talk to people who I haven't been doing business with. And everybody's like, well, you're a banker. Can you give me some information? He's like, no. You should have gotten loans and done business with me 6 months ago. So getting in front of your clients right now with useful information about them personally is how you're going to change that narrative from you being a break-fix tech shop to this company that it has a plan. Triage is what we do. Being able to give them that COVID gap analysis. Are you ready to work from home? Do you have things available to maintain through a quarantine? All of these things that they're going to see right there. This is my company just got assessed by my MSP, and they're telling me that I need these things to get through this. And you want to get this through. And I know you guys some of you are lacking on sleep. Some of you are like stressed to the nines right now. However, you got to get this stuff in front of your client right now, because they're all running to their banks. They're asking for money to maintain operations in any way they can. And you want to be able to get in front of them. Look, I know you want to work on your home PC. It's not going to happen. You need to get a business capable computer at home that we can support so that you maintain continuity in operations. And so getting out there, getting these business laptops in front of them. If they have a business laptop, they need monitors, they need keyboards, they need mice. They are going to want to ask their SBA for this stuff. Yep. And it could be in 3 months that anything you purchased to maintain business continuity got waived. If you're doing one of those, the emergency relief loans for $10,000, that is money that your clients just can use. So think of your tiny Class C clients. They're applying for these, if they're not applying for PPP right now, the Paycheck Protection Program, they're applying for that free $10,000 they get right now. No questions asked. What do they do with that $10,000? Now, they're going to try to do payroll with it probably, but also for the ones who are accountants, attorneys, people who can work from home, if your clients that can work from home, they are sitting on $10,000 right now to help them maintain continuity.
Yep.
This $10,000 is forgiven, no questions asked, if they don't use the PPP. My company, we're doing PPP. Why? Because that gives us 2.5 times our W-2s. Is as a loan that gets forgiven in 90 days if I use it for paychecks, rent, or like insurance. Evidently, people like insurance and like to be paid. I don't know what the deal is. You know, I just put duct tape around it. You know, and it'll heal.
Rub some dirt on it.
Throw some dirt on it. Yeah. But the point is that people are trying to figure out what kind of loans they need right now. My banker, I talked to him for 40 minutes this morning. It was a great conversation. And it's not a matter of are people like hurting for cash? Yes, everybody's hurting for cash, but everybody's desperate to maintain continuity because in times of change like this, they want to come out the other side on top. They want to survive while their competitors drown. Now, I hate to say it like that. There a lot of companies we're all trying to just help each other. But on the other hand, like, as an MSP, are you going to survive this or are you going to be a break fix that's going to drown? Are you forward thinking and are you going to support your clients on a business sense or are you just waiting for them to call you and fix their computers? Because right now, they're not going to call you to fix their computers because they're not there. What they really need is they need somebody to help them understand what does work from home look like. So, you know, for me, work from home. I meant to put this next to my desk.
You might want to, if you have kids in the room, you might want to cover your eyes.
I've got a bucket of paint here. I've got a Yeti microphone. I'm taking these home today because this weekend I'm going to be painting my back wall green in my basement. I'm going to be adding a nice microphone. I have a nice lighting system and I have a Brio webcam. And when I work from home, you're not going to be able to tell anymore. It's going to look exactly like this. So for those of you who've met me while I'm at home, I'm usually downstairs. I'm tired. I'm sitting in my hole and I'm talking to you from a literally 110-year-old table that I love, the science table. And I've got like my Gloomhaven and board games all around me. Not conducive to a work scenario. And the reason I bring this up is because your clients are doing the same thing. Now, it works great when you're doing it once in a while. When I meet with somebody in Australia and I just have like one 9 p.m. appointment with them, it works just fine. But when you're sitting there for 6 hours in that crappy yellow chair, in that single monitor and your laptop battery and your kids yelling in the background and the crappy lighting and you can't find anything and people are getting tired of that.
Yep.
My trip to Costco today represents that. I found the last monitor at Costco. I didn't care how big it was. I didn't care what size it was. I just bought it because I need something better at home. And your clients are looking to you guys to answer those questions. They don't know what webcam to buy. Do I just use the built-in one? They don't know what a ring light is or that there's a reason to use a Yeti microphone over your built-in one. You need to give them a professional feel like I have here, like Skip has there, and show them how to be comfortable at home working. Because this is the next, like nonprofits are preparing for 13 months of this.
Yeah.
That's what nonprofits are planning on. And that's a bit of a litmus test. Because in the nonprofit world, they're thinking, okay, when are people going to start donating again? And they've been told by the experts in their fields, like I know I run a nonprofit, 13 months. You have to figure out a way to survive for 13 months without any income. That's what they're being told. And, you know, you may return back to business, but it's going to be a while before people feel free enough with their cash where they're going to start donating again. And so I am preparing for this being the norm for 13 months. Some people may go back to work. Some people may not. But the repercussions of this last 4 weeks is going to be far reaching.
Yep. And I think, you know, to shape that conversation some, you know, obviously we want to be, you know, getting information from our clients, but, you know, prime them, set them up for the information that you need, so give them some homework. I know that's kind of hard on them right now, but start setting them up to ask specific questions, because as they're drilling through their business and looking at all the revenue, I can't help but imagine there's going to be areas they're looking at and their revenue is just awful. They're seeing a drop off in business here. However, ask them to look for small areas of their business that actually increased because of all this. I mean, those things potentially exist. We want them to be able to record some data. You want to create a dialogue with your clients so that we have good information, because as Adam's talking about in that 90-day lessons learned meeting, it's going to be an incredibly valuable meeting. But we want to have our conversation in the scope of facts and not emotions. And if we don't document some stuff along the way, if we don't get some very subjective or objective things, get that, specific things ironed out now, our 90-day conversation is going to be very emotionally based. So I want to do all I can to set everyone up for success, because I know, to echo some of Adam's comments, things are stressful right now, and we got a lot going on. I've been in IT a long time, and I confidently feel that we are about to explode. I mean, business is just about to go crazy.
And let me give you
time, but it's gonna go crazy for us.
So for those of you who can read my screen,
it came up.
Let me point out to it. This is the direct text of the bill. So whether you're in the United States, Canada, UK, this affects all of you. United States has one of the biggest economies in the world. This is going to pressure everybody else's economies. So let's put our economic hats here and our business owner hats for a second. Entrepreneurial development, section 1103 should be, you should be very excited right now. $500 billion is being pushed into this. This won't hit. This is not the PPP. This is something else. The Paycheck Protection Program is hitting right now. Everybody's just trying to make sure that they're still in business in a month. And if you need any help with that PPP, feel free to reach out to me. I am all over that paperwork right now. So if you're like, I don't know, I don't have my form and nothing like that, I've got copies of the form. My bank has been really good. I can help you out for those of you who are struggling there, and you will get your paychecks covered. If you don't know how to get your paychecks covered right now, if you're a business owner, walk over to the unemployment office and sign up, or go onto the website if it's not down right now.
If it's not down, we're struggling.
And sign up for unemployment. No questions asked if you are a business owner right now. It's $1,000 a week. It's whatever your state aid is plus $600 federal a week.
Yep.
And that will help you. In the meantime, the payment protection plan is going to hit everybody, and you're going to have 2 months worth of salaries to cover. Now, what are you doing with the operational cash you have right now? Some people are going to pour it into immediately getting their home setups ready to go, making sure that continuity is maintained. Some people are going to shore up and play it safe and hoard as much cash as they can. Other people are going to say, I am going to use this to ramp up. Now, phase 2, one of the reasons I've been pushing really hard for everybody to get these follow-up plans in place, these lessons learned, is section 1103 right here. If you guys have not read this, go read it right now. There's a certain part of this which should go, hey, that's exactly what I do. Technology, compromised payment networks, any of this stuff. These things are what we're trying to do. These resource partners that help build technology, distributed networking, are what this bill is meant to support. Now, this is the grant side of things. This is the free money that businesses are going to be applying for. I know I'm going to try to build up a program for this. So to help people understand, like, how do I build an at-home distributed network And how do I fund this? Like, I don't have $100,000 to buy all these PCs for my clients. Enter section 1103. That'll start hitting this summer when we get down, when the payment protection plan, once everybody starts getting that done, you're going to see a crap ton of like free loans, like, hey, no payments for a year or two. 30 years on the loan repayment plan. You're going to see some amazing terms come out on SBAs trying to keep people in business. And a lot of this, the intent of this bill is to push people into being a distributed workforce. They know that this is going to happen again. And they want the technology professionals out there to solve the problem so that when we have COVID-21, 2025, that it does not impact our economy. The governments around the world do not want to pay for this problem again. They want to know that if they distribute things again, that if they force everybody to stay home again with quarantine, it's not going to impact the economy as much. This is where you as MSPs come in. This is your wheelhouse. No one else can deliver all this stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, we've talked about these terms, you know, partners versus break fix guys, you know, and everyone understands the MSP model. It sounds good, but you know, I mean, you've talked to your peers, you see them, maybe you go to an event like Evolve or something, and you know, you've probably been there and you're talking to somebody and you're looking at them and you're going, they just don't get it. They're still doing things 1990s style. You know, they have a fancy wrapper on the front of it. They say they're an MSP, but underneath the hood, they're break fix guys. And so there's a concept there that our business has been around: being proactive, being the subject matter experts for our clients, helping them make decisions that will drive their business. I mean, Adam was right. This is our wheelhouse. And so I encourage you guys, you know, don't wait for your clients to come to you and go, hey, my banker was telling me I need to look at this. Do you have any ideas on this? You need to be going to your clients going, hey, you need to talk to your banker. This is options that are available for you. And when you get in that driver's seat, you're gonna generate a ton more business, and we're gonna be able to conquer one of these other challenges that we've been struggling with. We've been talking with a lot this last year. I know me personally, and that's how we change our perception to our customers. All right, and you know, we internally, we may be the really good MSP that's doing things right, but for whatever reasons, our clients are still seeing us as Mr. Break Fix It guy, right? This is the catalyst. This is what's going to allow your organization to completely step out of that break fix label and emerge as a leading technological partner for your clients.
Yeah, and this use this opportunity to change the narrative. I know we said this last week. We said it the week before. Mm-hmm. Use these opportunities to change the narrative. Like, you've been in the break fix world for 10 years now. You know, you get called when things go wrong. Well, you know what? Things don't get much more wrong than this, people. It's a shit show out there, and we all know it. I think, like, I was talking to my banker once again, and he said that his kids are under strict orders not to repeat anything that comes out of his home office right now. Not because he's doing trade secrets, but because the amount of swear words and the language people are using to describe what's going on right now is not something his small children should repeat. And so I highlighted over here the education, training, and advising grants that are going to be applied for over the next year. These are going to hit your MSP. It's not a matter of, oh, you hit one of these provisions. You hit all of them. You are technology folks. You fall right under this. I am just interested in waiting for my bank to tell me, my loan officers to tell me which ones and what are the terms. Because right now we're seeing things like 0.5% for the $10,000 over 30 years. Like, that's ridiculous. That's free cash, man.
Yep.
Even if I wasn't stressed as a business right now, I'd be pulling that loan. So Your clients are going to be seeing things like this as well. As banks start pushing this, as SBAs start pushing this, SBDCs are going to be pushing this. There is going to be a lot of funds to have. You want to be ready. You want to be working with your clients today while they're stressed. I don't care if they're paying you or not. You want to be working with them and showing them that you care and you're here during their stressful times, so that when this cash hits the market in 90 days, that they're looking to you and saying, hey, I have $100,000 to spend on technical equipment. What can I buy? Like,
Yeah.
well, you need to upgrade that FortiGate firewall so that you can handle more than 5 clients. You need to have work at home PCs that check in. Because right now, if you've got those laptops and they're not checking in every 60 days, guess what's going to happen, folks?
Mhm.
Those Active Directory tokens are only good for so long.
Yep.
It's been a while since I've had my Active Directory hat on, but I'm guessing that's still the case. Now, we look at these and we think, okay, how can we prepare for this? Like, one, the supply chain sucks right now. It just does. Everybody's ordering, everybody's getting things online. But at the same time, when people are applying for the SBAs tomorrow, people are talking to their banks tomorrow, because that's when they can apply for the Paycheck Protection. And a lot of people are doing it. If you guys aren't doing it, you should think about doing it. The management and practice of telework to reduce the possible transmission of COVID-19. How are you going to solve that with technology? You guys all have your tricks to work from home, all have your styles of setups. You need to create them as packages. You need to get them a turnkey solution that your client can just say, $1,500 solves my problem? No problem. I'm on it. Being able to tell them that grants are going to be available in 90 days, that's going to help. And you'll talk about that during your 90-day session, your lessons learned. Chances are they're still going to be suffering from this. At least the PPP gets us there. At least it gets us to the point where we can survive the next 2 months on payroll and start thinking it through about the new norm. Then these will hit. This is a very well-written act. Whatever party you're in, it doesn't matter. This is a very well-written act that is going to help us a lot. And we, as you guys as MSPs, are going to be in the thick of it. And those of you who have established yourselves as advisors and gotten your clients to understand and painted a picture that you're here to help them during this time and given them clear direction as to what they need to do, as soon as they can pull the trigger on cash, they're going to do it. And you're going to see a lot of work really fast. We've seen this in the past. We're going to see it again.
Yeah. So think back, and this is not quite the same, but you know, for you guys that have been here long enough, think back to 1998, 1999, the ramp up in spending that we had getting ready for Y2K. And if you've been through that, you know, everybody's got their story about the insane amounts of money that corporations poured into IT services during that time frame. So we're going to be seeing that again. And again, to being the leader on some of this, you know, I've been talking with a lot of you. We do get some feedback, you know, hey, clients are calling, you know, they're having to basically shut down. And, you know, not that we tell them how to run their business, but we can ask some questions. You know, if clients are telling you, hey, I delay everybody off because I can't afford payroll, well, we need to check with them. Are they taking advantage of this? I think some people out there, they kind of live in the gloom, you know, and they may not be aware even that they can take advantage of some of this. So if you get into the position where you're directing your clients to resources that could keep their staff on and keep the lights on and keep things going there, you know, that's really going to put you in a good position, and you're more likely going to keep that revenue coming in for the client. So again, I just can't stress enough that, you know, we need to be proactive. I mean, definitely be proactive on this. And there's just a tremendous amount of opportunity. It is, so here's my bit of a salesman stuff, right? So this is a bit of mystery, right? But any of you sales guys out there will know there's margin in the mystery. All right. So that's my one sales term. If this is mysterious to your clients, go in, demystify it, and create that margin. Did we lose you, Adam? It looked like you froze. Oh, there you
I'll
go.
just read through the comments in the webinar chat. Just to,
Okay.
there are lots of questions like, if you take the 10,000, you don't qualify for PPP. Just so you know, you can't do both. You have to choose. The 10,000 is meant for small businesses who are in trouble today and want cash today. They don't want to do the calculations. They don't want to do W-2 contracts and things like that. Works really well for solopreneurs because one-man shops, because you can take the 10,000 and apply for unemployment. The unemployment is meant to help. It's meant to be a gap. Like today, stop taking a paycheck, go get your unemployment. It's not going to be as much as you're probably making as a paycheck, but it's up to you to decide as a business owner what's going to make the most sense to your cash flow right now. And so I am not a bank advisor, but what I'm hearing from my CFO and what I'm hearing from my bank is those are the rules. Right now, there's a lot of forgiveness because they just want people to stay in business. You're acting in the best interest in general. It feels like they're giving you like pretty much a blank check. Say, look, whatever is going to help you today.
Yep.
Just do. If you need unemployment, go apply for unemployment. If you need paycheck assistance for all of your employees and maintain payments and maintain insurance, go apply for that. The form is like a one-page form. It's like, how much is your monthly payroll on average? Multiply that by 2.5. What is the answer? Okay, thank you very much. We have your stuff. Then your bank will come back to you and say, hey, can you give us receipts and stuff to show your payroll for the past 3 months has been X? And then after the period is over, they'll ask you, we need you to show us that your payroll has been maintained. So you didn't hire somebody and then fire them as soon as the payment plan was up.
And I encourage you to kind of read through that. You know, lots of this does start with small business administration loan, okay? And that one word loan in this time frame, there's a lot of people looking at it going, oh, I don't want to take on another loan. All right, read the details, because Adam's mentioned a lot of those, the terms on those loans are just ridiculously low. And there's a bunch more that if you meet the qualifying criteria, the government's just going to forgive the loan. It just goes away. It becomes a grant.
The problem is we don't know which they're going to forgive and which is going to be low interest. What we do know for a fact is there are going to be some impressively enticing loans out there. I tell you what, right now, if I see a 0% interest loan from my bank with no payment for the next year, I'm just going to go, all right, how big can I make it?
Yeah.
Because as a business owner, I'm going to use that to ramp up my cash flow over the next 12 months. I'm not using it to cover my costs. I'm going to use that for growth, economic development.
Think
this
about your
isn't just to keep things in place. Entrepreneurial development is a very specific term they are using.
Yep.
I believe the max right now is $2 million per agency.
I mean, guys that are operating in your geography, you know, calling on your clients, how many of them do you think are going to just try to hunker down, just try to get by and hope they survive? And when they come out of it, then they'll try to develop new business. Then they'll try to get on the bandwagon of this remote, you know, workforce and distributed, you know, business models. Then they'll do all that. Whereas if you're able to take advantage of some of this stuff and get ahead of the curve on this, when they're just trying to see, you know, if you know the floods have receded, so to speak, you're already going to be clear sailing. I mean, you're going to be blowing and going and seen as a leader and making, you know, a lot of new business opportunities happen. But again, we have to get in front of this. You know, unfortunately, you know, I know the ticket systems are blowing up. We're facing our own challenges on this, but you know, finding the time to look at this and be proactive is extremely important for us right now.
Yeah, and this isn't the time to think to use your pride and be like, oh man, well I'm applying for PPP. That's fine. That's free cash. But also we are severely impacted by the economy right now. Yep. I'm bracing for this stuff. Don't be ashamed of the fact that you have to do this stuff. It's that you're acting wisely. Your clients are doing the same thing, and you want to act in their best interests. You want to come up to them with confidence, a solution, and help them move forward. If you do those things, they will remember this. That establishes you as that guy they can't live without, that girl they can't live without, that person who, like, if there's any vendor I'm not getting rid of, it's that one. Because when shit hit the fan during the epidemic, they got me through it. They had solutions. You know, people are calling me that I haven't talked to in years. They're like, Adam, I don't know what to do. All right, let's sit down and talk about it. I've got attorneys calling me and asking, like, I need to be able to do mediation. I know you use Zoom for your clients. Can you teach me how to do this stuff? I'm like, yeah, sure. I walked them through how to do mediation with Zoom rooms and how to turn it on the back end. And they're like, holy crap, this is great. This is better than doing it in person. And you have full control over their mouths when you're doing it remotely. And so that makes attorneys really happy. And that was my tip of the week for, I think, Mike earlier this morning, was if you've got attorneys who are trying to maintain continuity out of the practices, Zoom Rooms is just a feature you turn on your Zoom Pro plan. You have to do it in the web console. And you can assign people to rooms. So as they come in and meet with you, you can do mediation and not interrupt business. You can do lots of cool things. But thing is, people don't know how to do this stuff. You do.
And
you can figure it out.
There. So, don't just tell them, hey, go out to Zoom. They got a product, it'll work great. Say, hey, let's book 30 minutes, and I'll walk you through this. And it's stupid simple. I mean, we look at it and we go, why can't people just do it? All right. But I was talking to someone just yesterday, and we were trying to get into Zoom, and it was, a step by step process to get them into the Zoom room, and, but that's okay. I mean, that's an engagement you can have. It's an opportunity for you to develop trust, and it goes back to all the things we've been saying. They're looking to you for answers. You become the person who can partner with them and help them be successful. So take that initiative. If you direct them to Zoom room, say, hey, go by Zoom, and then call me and we'll set up a meeting and I'll show you how to do it all. I'll make you look great. And you can give them little tricks and tips. I mean, they don't have to do the whole, green screen sort of stuff, right? I mean, they can just sit, in their dining room, but you can give them practical tips that make them look better than everyone else doing it, right? And they're going to feel confident on it. They're going to feel better, and they're going to trust you more.
Yep. And Bob just posted something in the question and answer, but I can't copy and share it with you guys, but it's a small business guide. And as we mature, you're going to see a lot of these guides come out. Some great websites out there for small businesses, especially in your area. Look to your local small business agencies, your LIBAs, your business colleges. They're pushing out information as best they can right now, because everybody just had this massive bill thrown on their table, and they're trying to digest and see what it means. And that's why you're seeing a lack of information out there, is because those of us who are like economic directors and bankers and authority figures are trying to digest what this means. They're talking to their senators, they're talking to people and trying to figure it out. And you're going to see things come out almost on the hourly basis. There you go. Bob just posted something in the all chat here.
Thanks, Bob.
And that things like this are going to help make things easier. And the easier it becomes, the faster the money will hit your table. And you just got to be ready. Again, the things you can do today, you can look at the bill that I showed you. Look at that section. Try to get ahead of it and be prepared for the asks. So when your client does ask you for this stuff in your 90-day meeting, that you're ready with, yes, all you need to do is this. You're going to need to ask for $18,000 from the bank, and we'll cover 15 of your employees, and they'll all have work at home setups where it will be continuous, and we will cover your PC for the next 12 months. Whatever it is that you're going to do, I can't tell you as an MSP what's going to make sense for your employees and your staff to support. Maybe you just want to do managed PCs. I don't know. But have things ready. Have things ready so that when your clients are asking, because they're going to ask. They're going to ask. They just can't right now because it's so confusing out there, and no one wants to bet $100,000 on the government right now because they might put some loophole in there that's going to screw them over long term.
Yep.
But I can say it appears that these acts, and I don't know what Canada's doing. I don't know what the UK is doing yet. I would love to know more. If people can tell me what's coming out so I can advise other people, that'd be awesome. I have just been poring over this one. I can tell you that it appears that they're trying to be very loose with it and trying to be as beneficial to small businesses as they can, because we are the lifeblood of this economy, and they're trying as best they can to make you feel like it's going to be okay. They don't want consumer panic. They definitely don't want small business panic. And if you guys are prepared for that, if you guys have kits ready for your clients to work from home, to maintain business continuity, have answers for them, use that COVID report, deliver something to them, do something for them right now. Like, hey, we did this thing for you. When you're ready, we would like to talk to you. Or we're getting something on your calendar for June or for later on in April. But know that tomorrow, when you go talk to your bank, ask them some questions about, is there any way you can get assistance for this?
Absolutely. And additionally,
that's all I had to say about that. But this is an exciting time to be in technology. Go ahead, Skip. Sorry.
So no, yeah, I think there's opportunities. We've been talking about these remote kits, work from home kits, and I think that looks different in a lot of different arenas. But if you guys want to reach out to me, I'm talking with a lot of you guys. I'm getting a little bit of information here and there. I'm hearing some success stories, things that worked really good. In some cases, there was a client we were working with, and they had a client who did a pandemic preparedness plan back in 2009 in response to SARS. And it worked out great because this hit literally this company, and they were a good sized company. They went to the shelf, they pulled down the binder, so to speak, they flipped open, and they went, all right, step 1 to 10. And they obviously they're impacted, but the effect on their organization was significantly less. So I'm trying to pull all this information I can. And I would love if you want to bounce ideas off me, being a director of ops and MSP for many years and working in that community, I kind of have a feel for what you guys go through on a day-to-day basis. So I've got some context there, and we can spitball and throw some things out. Please, I'm available for you guys at any time.
Yep.
Just hit me up and we'll
Same
do what
here.
we can.
Like, I know I rolled out the HIT new reports and stuff, and they are going to help you have the conversations. But Skip and I are more than just report junkies. Use us in that way. Absolutely. Let us help you think this through. I run my own company here. Skip runs his own company. We run this company together. We have experience. We're not spring chickens anymore. So reach out to us. Let us help you think things through. Get one-on-ones with it. If you're panicking, you just don't know what to do, you're freaking out, you're like 3 bottles of Jack in because you can't manage the stress, call me up.
Yes.
I give up alcohol for Lent, and so worst decision of my life probably, or the best. I can't decide which right now. And so we're all stressed, but reach out to us. We are seasoned professionals. We have been through a number of bad situations in IT and in the economy. The one thing I can say is that this is the new normal.
Yes.
And your clients need to just be ready for that. That's the catchphrase that's being pushed out from all the small business associations. This is the new normal. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to move to the next level? And if you guys aren't getting in front of your clients right now sending them information like, here's what you do about it. This is the new normal. How do we establish a new norm? Hey, are you stressed at home? That's because your home setup does not reflect your business setup. Let's change that.
Yeah.
Are you not being productive at home? Hey, you know what? There's some fantastic noise canceling headphones and ways to set up your home PC so that you are in a micro office. We know how to create drop-ins. Let us help you.
Yep.
And don't do like a guide. Do like step by step. This is what you need. If you can throw a kit in front of them, throw a kit. They want answers. Give them answers.
Yep.
All right. And that's all I have. Feel free to reach out, coaching@virtualc.biz. Get time with us. Use this to your advantage. Launch from here. You are going to do awesome. This is going to be a really interesting year for tech. And for those of you who are wanting to get out of the break fix and into the business strategy, this is it. This is your moment. For the MSPs that capitalize on this, you're going to accelerate. Other people are going to dry up.
Yep.
And we'll probably see you next week, or if not before, on any one-on-ones. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, everyone.